ॐ सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः पालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः सूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य विरजवक्त्राभ्यां पारिषद्भ्यां परस्परं विघ्नं विघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाक्षभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं सहस्रमूर्ते पुरुषोत्तमस्य सहस्रनेत्राननपादबाहोः सहस्रनाम्नां स्तवनं प्रशस्तं निरुच्यते जन्मजरादिशान्त्यै. Now, with Bhagavan's grace, we came up to Sarvadasti Nivrittatma Sarvagyo Jnanamuttamam Yajna-yujyo Mahechascha Kratuspatram Satang Gatihi Sarvadasti Nivrittatma Sarvagyo Jnanamuttamam. Next one, that Swami will take up. Suvrata, Suvrata, Sumukha, Sukshma, Sugosha, Sukada, Sukrita, Manoharo, Chita, Krodho, Virabahur, Vidaranaha, Suvrataha, Sumukha, Sukshma, Sughosha, Sukadaha, Sukrite, Manohara, Jita Krodaha, Virabahu, Vidaranaha, Subrataha. Now, what type of vratam that Bhagavan has? He has the most beneficial vratam that he has undertaken. Once you say yes to me, you are mine forever, is what Bhagavan says, is what Swami says. When Vibhishana came for Charanagadi, Swami, I had no other recourse as Anyata, Sharanam Nasti, Tameva Sharanam Mama, Anyata Sharanam Nasti, Tameva Sharanam Mama. Swami, when he came, when everybody was objecting to accepting Vibhishana from the enemy's side, even though Hanuman gave the contrary view, what did Sri Rama say? He said, anybody who surrenders to me, who takes me as their refuge, I will protect them even with my own life. That is an assurance that Bhagavan has given us. That does not mean that I can say, Swami, I surrender to you and then do whatever I want. I also have to follow the disciplines associated with that, the efforts associated with that, the efficacy, the sincerity and the integrity and the ethics of that practice. These are all very important. Now, the Vrataha, one who has assumed the Vratam that Bhagavan has undertaken is to take each one of us back home, and teach us the dance of a Nataraja, the beautiful dance step. That's what he is doing, even though I refuse to learn it. He does not give up. And once I say, Swami, I'm yours, I surrender to you, oh my God, then my welfare, my well-being, everything Bhagavan takes care. Why fear when I'm here? Is what he says. Now, what happens if I don't surrender to him and I still do all the things that I want to do? Even then, Bhagavan takes care of us, cares, protects us, and guides us and points us the various directions in which in which we have to go whenever we are going off track, right? He never gives up. The Pratham of Bhagavan is to care and take care of us. Simple. That's Subrataha. Who else can have that? In that process, another aspect of Bhagavan that we covered earlier, that is, now where is the Subrataha is present? He is not away from us, he is part of us. Well, how does a mother behave with a child? The impulse, and the effort and the yearning to care and take care of things that we think belong to us, right? That's where our selfishness comes in. But the impulse of taking care, that's a vratam that we all have. Only thing is, our vratangal are not subvratangal. They are not the most beneficial one. They are tinged and polluted with selfishness, whereas Bhagavan is absolute selflessness. Now, in that process, just like a way a mother who is trying to bring back a child, a bratish child who is going astray or getting into bad habits or not doing good things or whatever, the mother never gives up. The mother continues to pray, continues to advise, continues to guide, right? And sometimes maybe even continues to admonish. So Swami, in the same way, never gives up on me, who does everything in my life other than to get back to him. I do so many things I love in my life, but not keeping his company, not thinking of him. In spite of that, he never gives up, and he never gets tired of bringing me back in line, so to speak. That aspect of tirelessness and tirelessly taking care, and caring and taking care and bringing us back home, where each one of us really belongs. That aspect of Swami is Anurvindaha. That we covered that earlier. So here, Subrataha, that is that's a promise, that's a discipline, that's the undertaking that Swami has, because Swami is nothing but selfless love, pure love, and that is nature, is Subrataha. So Sumukhaha immediately means a beautiful face, right? But beauty in what way? Is it only in a physical form, or is it something beyond that? It is when we look at Sumukhascha Ekadantascha, we start our prayers, we go and look at in a Garbhagraham Playar, or a picture of Playar, a Ganesha. Just if you look at the picture, all our worries go away immediately. Why? There is and the same thing, you go and look at an elephant, for example. Just observe an elephant and just watch it. And amazing it is. And or the same way you look at an ocean. You can be looking at the ocean, standing on the beach for time immemorial. Really, you never get tired of it. These are all these sumukhas. When we say a beautiful face, not only it's an attractive face, but a beautiful face, it comes from the inner purity. The inner purity. That's very important to understand. And or even look at, I was thinking of a mountain range. If you take a time and travel and look at a mountain peak, and amazing it is. These are all Bhagavan faces. Now, in the Vishnu Puranam, it says that Bhagavan's face is like a lotus flower. So it is so like a bloomed, not just a blooming, but a well-bloomed lotus flower. His eyes are so beautiful, like wide and broad, and also long, like the petals of a fully bloomed lotus flower. And the pupils there, that they move around there, the pupils, Bhagavan looks at you. These are all incredible experiences. But why they are incredible, what they are unforgettable, what they are with you all the time, permanent, because of what is behind them, what is actually seeing you. What is seeing me, what is seeing you is really pure selfless love. That is Sumukhaha. Sumukha. Sukshmaha. We all know the meaning of Sukshmam. In our life, we know that while we are engrossed in all gross and material things most of the time, including my thought, my underlying thought, the thought that I'm not able to separate from, that I am so and so this body, right? Which is a gross thing. Then I weigh so much, I'm so tall. All these impressions that we have, right? Everything is false. But that tendency towards gross things that we have, when we look of the earth, we think of gross things only. We seldom look at the subtle things that are there. But I'm sure you'll agree with me that in my life, as it is in yours, that the subtler a thing is, the more attractive it is. Because a gross thing can repel you, can also attract you, but also can repel you. But when a person is extremely loving, when a person is extremely kind, when a person cares for you, the subtle feeling, the subtle bhavam with which that thing is shared, you will never forget it. That touches you so deeply. So the subtler you go in life, the closer we become to Bhagavan. In the Panchabhutangal, it is the hierarchy is there from the gross to the subtlest, and we have covered that before. But even subtler than the Akasam is Bhagavan. Subtler than the space is Bhagavan. And this is nothing but prema only. Because prema is the subtlest one that is present everywhere. That has taken undertaking to protect and care and give us only bliss. That's what prema is working for. Even when we hear a sound, for example, sound, we call it as subtle, but that's also sthulam, that's also gross compared to the sukshma rupam of Bhagavan. And so the question comes, where is Bhagavan, the very present? Excuse me. And then we look for him in the gross things, right? And yes, he is present very much in the gross, but not as gross itself, but as the subtlest entity, the attracting entity that present in everything. It is so subtle. That is Sukshmaha. Now, Sugoshaha. When Bhagavan Srimad Narayana first taught the Veda Mantrangal to Brahma, and then Brahma started chanting and reciting the Veda Mantrangal, that's Sugosham. Gosham means noise. And by the way, when we recite Vedangal and all that, we should never mumble. It should be said in a dirgham, in a gambhiram, in a powerful manner, as not necessarily too loud, but as loud as I am comfortable with, but should be said powerfully. So when Vedam is recited properly, Mantrangal is recited properly, what is the Gosham? That is Sugosham. That is Bhagavan. Sugoshaha, who is present in the form of the such divine sound, divine vibrations of the Vedic mantra. Another thing, we have Shankh and Chakram. Shankham and Chakram for Srimad Narayana. Shankham shows the Sugosham of Bhagavan. Sudarshanam shows the vision of Bhagavan, which is vision of pure love. And Sugosham, when Sabdamayi, when Bhagavan, the invisible, decided to make itself visible, so in order to give love and receive love, give bliss and receive bliss, give anandam and receive anandam, created itself from itself. I created myself from myself, which all of us can experience on a personal level, because the world that I live in is what's created by me. The world you live in is what's created by you. And the the various things that we have created, I've created, is in order for me to give love and receive love. That's the only reason I've created that. Now, in that process, the prema manifests itself in different ways. Chara Charamayi, Chara Acharamayi, the one that moves and the one that does not move. We see in the world all around us, things that are mobile and things that are immobile. Sabdamayi, so the form of sound that is present, isn't it, in our world. Anandamayi, the form of happiness that is present. Everything is Bhagavan. So the Sabdamayi, Bhagavan is present in the form of sound. How? As the sound that is given by the Sankam. Now that sound is actually when clouds come and we have a thunder, right? How does a thunder sound? That's a sound that spreads all over the world. On how Gambhiram and powerful and inconquerable that sound is. At the same time, that sound also gives us the proximity of the presence of Bhagavan, immunity. We know this is something beyond me, beyond my ability. Sometimes I get frightened because of the sound of thunder, because I don't think of Bhagavan at that time. But if I think of Swami, then I hear Swami's voice in that thunder and gives me comfort. Because Bhagavan, this prema, this entity that Sahasranamam worships, is something beyond words. Beyond words. That is Sugoshaha. Then Sukadaha. Sukadaha means one who gives Slokam. And what is Slokam? See, we have in myself, if I take my life, I look for so many types of Slokam, comfort, as we say, right? But let's take the word comfort in English. Even though Sukham is more than comfort, but let's take comfort. Now, I seek all kinds of physical comfort. I need a beautiful car, a beautiful house, air-conditioned rooms, and if it's too hot, then I want the air conditioning on, turn the fan on. If it's too cold, I want the heater on, right? If I'm hungry, I want food, right? I have a comfortable sofa to sit on. All the sukhangal, all the comfort of a good company. Once all my basic needs are fulfilled, I want to while away my time, chatting and gossiping and yapping with people, right? And then, or in the name of even, it can be under any brand, various things that I follow, because seeking Bhagavan, I seek company of spiritual people. I find sukham in that. I find comfort in that. So those are all temporary comfort. But Bhagavan Sukha Daha, he gives me that comfort also. But he's there ready, waiting to give me even a more permanent Sukham. That is really a peace of mind. That he's given a peaceful mind itself. The moment I think of Swami in my mind, immediately peace descends. My mind becomes less agitated. And the more I do it, the longer that peace lasts. That's more permanent. Then once I have a peaceful mind, then I can turn the mind towards where Sukham itself is present 100% of the time, always in all places. That is my Hridayam. So Sukha Daha, so he gives the peace, the Shanti, the Santam, and the Anandam that comes with Shantam, right? Santam, Anandam. They're all the same as Satyam. Where truth is, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is Anandam. Where there is Satyam, there is Dharma. Where there is Satyam, there is Ahimsa. And where there is Prema, there is Satyam, Dharmam, Santam, Ahimsa, all are present automatically. That is Sukha Daha. So the final Sukham is prema itself. Now, Swami, if you created me from yourself, and so you are prema itself. So how can you give me prema? I am already prema, I am already full of it. Then sukha daha. Daha means to give. What here, the giving is actually taking away my ignorance. My ignorance that I am something other than prema and something other than love. So by taking away and by removing, like when I open a curtain in a room and the sunshine comes in, so sunshine was always present. All that was done was removal of the curtain that is obstructing the effulgence and the shining of the sun. The Sukha Daha, the same way Bhagavan, in His infinite grace, when my time comes for His will and my own yearning and my own efforts, He will do the Sukha Daha. He will remove the ignorance, the ajnanam, and then what will shine will be only the jnanam itself, the prema itself, which is nothing but Sukham. So, different levels that Bhagavan is giving this Sukham. Sukha Daha. Suhrit is most important. Bhagavan is Suhrit himself. Suhrit. Again, we call it as well-wisher. We all go after what that turns out to be not really true friends, to be very frank. Because the only true friend is Bhagavan. And who is a true friend? Which wishes well for you. Now, what does wishes well for you mean? Even when something that is unpleasant, that I'm doing something wrong, and that is not good for me, this person takes the initiative to come and tell me what you're doing wrong, even though it may be unpleasant for me to hear, even though we can say, it's none of your business, we can't talk like that, right? But he takes that initiative. He never gives up on my well-being and welfare. That's a true Suhrit. And Bhagavan does another beautiful thing. Suhrit is one who does benefits for you, one who cares for you, and spends his life and his time working for your benefit, taking care of you, nourishing you and all that, just exactly the way the sun does. Aditya, the sun is a beautiful example. It's Suhrit only. It does only good things for others, right? And there are many other qualities in the way that the example that we can take from sun. Only this aspect I'm taking today. Only benefit. Without sun, none of us can live. Not only human beings, no beings can live on the earth. So it does only good things. But what does it expect in return? Do we give anything in return to the sun? No. The Suhrit is like that. The nature of prema is to love only without expecting anything in return. That's exactly what Swami does. That's what every avatar Purushan does. That's what Bhagavan, who is not even come down as an avataram but present, okay, all over in all places at all times. That is what that Bhagavan is doing all the time. Only caring and taking care and doing only good things and guiding tirelessly, but without expecting anything in return. It is so important. If I can emulate one tiny aspect of that in my life, then I can be a Suhrit to everybody who is around me, whomever I contact in life. Forget Mitra. Mitra means friend. Friends come and go. And just like in the whole world of Jagat, everything comes and goes. Friends come and go. But Suhrit comes and stays. That is Bhagavan, Suhrit. Now, another aspect is, even after doing so many things for me in my life, right, taking simple things from the way my physical body works, all the organs, how beautifully they work, giving me food, giving me sleep, right, giving me ability, so many things, even starting from that, right, and all the other things that Bhagavan gives in me, that literally countless things. If I want to make a list of it and I want to be honest about it, it will go page after page after page. Now, even after doing so much, not once, not twice, but doing that continuously throughout my life, Bhagavan is still thinking, what more can I do for my darling pet here, for my child here? What more can I do? So he can come back home quicker. He can come back home more directly. What more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? That is what Bhagavan, that is Suguru. That aspect of Swami is Suguru. Manoharaha. Now, when the Manoharaha means one is most attractive, and not just a physical beauty, but the inner beauty. That is what's very attractive. And because Bhagavan is nothing but Ananda Swarupa. Okay, as Upanishad says, Anando Brahmeti is what Upanishad says. He is nothing but bliss. Because he is bliss, and Prema Eva is nothing but selfless love, pure love. And the nature of that is only to attract, not to repel. This is the beauty, to attract everything, whether it's a snake, whether it's a fox, or a human being, or a mountain, or a leaf, everything is attracted by that. That is Manoharaha. And he is drawing each one of us, drawing me to him with this prema. What is it that is about us? What is it that is about you and me that is now brought us together here to listen to the glories and stories of Bhagavan in Sahasranamam? What is it that's attracting us? That is Manoharaha. Jitak Krodaha. Jitak Krodaha literally translates into one who has conquered anger. So Bhagavan has repeatedly said, Avatara Purushan, every Avatara Purushan says this. Yes, they do behave. When Rama wanted to cross the ocean, when the ocean was and did not respond, what happened? He took the bow in his hand, and his eyes, oh my God! You just a picture, Bhagavan's eyes, Rama's eyes, it's so pleasant, so prasanna vadanam, and so beautiful it is. It became like a Narasimha Avataram at that time, and the ocean became so afraid, terror struck, right? So what does it mean? Was Bhagavan getting angry? No. Bhagavan himself has said, I have no anger. Anger comes only when there is unfulfilled desire. Otherwise, there is no anger. So Bhagavan has no desires. In the creation, yes, he had the primal desire to separate myself from myself in the creation. That is, then the whole Leela takes place. But Swami himself remains as a witness, absolutely untouched in this illusion that he has created, the projection, the hallucination that he has created is absolutely untouched. There is no desire, right? Now, how can there be anger? This is beautiful because Jitak Krodaha means he feigns anger in order to protect, illustrate, illuminate, and guide and nourish the teachings of Vedas. If Bhagavan doesn't show us, when I take a wrong path and go wrong way, in a dharmic way, and if Swami does not get angry or does not feign anger, and how will I come back to the right path? In order to protect the dharma margam that is prescribed in the Vedas, he feigns anger. Jitak Krodaha. Now, another beautiful aspect of Swami is that this is Bhagavan. Now, how does it relate to me, Swami? I'm still feel separate from you, right? Yes, I know that I'm you and you are in me and I'm in you and there's no difference and all that. I understand that, but I don't experience it. Now, beautifully, the aspect, the prema that is present within me. See, the magic and the wonders that it does. When I become angry, because my desire is not fulfilled, if I resort to prema, if I grab and grasp the prema that is within me, if I embrace that prema just for a moment, a passing moment, and if I choose to be loving at the time that the anger wells up in me like a Rakshasa, what happens to that anger? That gets conquered. So that is how Jita Krodaha, Bhagavan is present very much within me, conquering my anger. That is Jita Krodaha. Veerabahu. Veerabahu. Now, in our life, the Purana story is that Kshetrasagaram and the churning of the milk ocean and all that. More devas and asuras came, and all the enemies of the beneficial good tendencies, all the Rakshasas and Asuras, to destroy them, Bhagavan had many hands, infinite hands. That is one way to look at it. But what is actually happening in my life, if you look at it, Veera Bahu, Bahu means, shoulders. Veera means one who is Parakram, one who is the strength, right? Now, there are so many inimitical forces, so many unhappy thoughts that I have, so many unhappy, non-beneficial, cruel, violent acts that I do. How do these get killed? How do these get eradicated? Every time I employ an aspect of love, love has got infinite hands. Infinite hands. Prema is infinite. Immediately, that destroys that enemitic tendency. So that is Veerabhavu. Very much present in me, in you, and everyone. Vidharanaha. Chitakrodha. Veerabhavu Vidharanaha. Vidharanaha is exactly another meaning. Whoever is following, when I'm following adharmam, right? When I'm following the path of adharmam, okay, to destroy that tendency in me to do the paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkrutam. Dushkrutam, very important. Swami does not destroy human form or any other form. All these forms are all temporary, transient. That is not where the game is played. They are there. The forms are there not to give love and receive love. But the tendency, the impulses behind it, the mind behind it, right? That has to be purified, and that has to be strengthened and purified. All the adharmic path when I take, the adharmic impulses I have, the cruel impulses, basically arising out of selfishness. Selfishness manifests in myriad ways throughout my life. But it has to be destroyed. And so whenever I take a path of selfishness, cruelty, violence, or whatever it is, whenever I take a path away from selflessness, whenever I take a path away from selfless love, what happens? I get immediately corrected. I learn my education. I learn a lesson, right? Something happens in my life. Sooner or later, the education comes, then I stop doing that. I cease doing that, right? Over a period of time, whatever happens, right? Depending on the company we keep and all that, the aspect of Swami that destroys the adharmic pathways, right, in my tendencies, that is Vidharanaha. Swapanaha. Swapanaha is beautiful. Because we are all really living in Swapnam only, right? I am living, I think I've gotten up, right? It is morning time here. You think you have gotten up from sleep and it's morning time or whatever time, wherever you are. But actually, I'm sleeping. I'm in a swapnam, I'm in a dream. What is a dream? That is, through ignorance, through Maya, I am devoid of my Atmanyanam, the true knowledge, the real, the only, the truth. That one, I'm devoid of it. So I'm moving about. So I'm actually in a dream world. The Swapanaha is Bhagavan who actually binds me and throws me and stirs me in this pot of Maya, so to speak. As we himself says in Bhagavad Gita, in my Yoga Maya, I throw people around. They're all going around. The interesting thing is, that is Swapanaha. The Swami who has now put me in this Swapnam, in this world of Maya and illusion, where I think I am not Bhagavan, I'm something else. That is the aspect of Swapanaha that is present within me. Swavachaha. Swavachaha means one who is absolutely independent. And Bhagavan is a true independent person. We are all dependent. That is why in Vaishnava Sampradayam, every creation is considered as a Sri, the Sri aspect. Sri means not a woman. Don't immediately think it is a woman, that's the way, or the form that we give physically. No. It's not, that is one aspect of, that's a gross form. But what Sri in Sanskrit etymologically means, it's a feminine aspect. And every embryo, when I was conceived in my mother's womb, or when you are conceived in your mother's womb, every child that is at the time of conception, for the first 10 days, it's very important to understand. Even scientifically, it is understood, okay, and that's what our scriptures also say. The very first 10 days, it is only feminine, okay. Then it chooses to be the masculine gender, or the feminine gender, as we call it scientifically, and then the embryo grows. This points to a beautiful truth. That is the fundamental teaching of Radha and Krishna. Okay, the most important teaching when we talk about Radha Kalyanam and all that, it is just not something that you have a big feast and then go and then make it into a night societal gathering and come away. I know you've got to understand what a beautiful efficacy that is. The story of Radha, the story of Krishna. What does it mean to me in my life? And the nature between Prakriti and Bhagavan is what Radha and Krishna are. And the Prakriti is feminine aspect. Bhagavan is the masculine aspect. So why is it a feminine aspect? Why is it Sri? It simply means, Sri means dependent. Dependent on something else. Whereas Bhagavan is Swavachaha, independent. Every one of us, every single thing in creation is dependent upon Bhagavan, who is independent. So, putting it in another way, we all have a Natha, we all have a protector, we all have a master, we all have someone who takes care of us. He's called Natha. None of us is an orphan, even though some of us in this world do not have mother and father, so people are born, we call them as orphans, right, in the English language. None of us is an orphan actually, because we have a Natha, we have a Bhagavan who is protecting us, right? But Bhagavan is the Anatha. He has no leader, he has no master. Swavachaha, he is independent. So with Swami's grace, we will continue. Suvritas, Sumukas, Sukshmas, Subhoshat, Sukadak, Suvritas, Manoharochita, Krodho, Virabahur Vidarana, Swapana, Swavachat, Vyapi. So we will take that up with Swami's grace in our next class, which will be next Sunday in person. And please come in person, and we will see you at that time. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।